What's going on, my fellow knights? My name is Gallant Gaming. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, you will know what's going on. But today we are doing the top 10 Roblox FNAF games of 2020. Now we do have a couple of rules for this list. They do not have to have come out in this year. As long as they were updated at some point this year, I will count them for the list. And also, if your game does not appear on the list, don't be discouraged or think I don't like your game. It's really hard narrowing it down to 10 top games. I think everyone's game is good and has the potential to be on the list, but these are just the games that outshone the others this year. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but just these are my top 10, okay? And another thing, I did exclude my game Fazbears Escape from the list because, I helped create it. So I felt like it wouldn't be fair to add to the list. So without further ado, without wasting any more time, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my daily videos. And whenever you're buying Robux or premium, use star code Gallant. Alright, now for real, time to get into the list, starting with number 10. Alright everybody, number 10 on my list of top 10 games of this year is FNAF Verse. Now, this might be a weird pick for you guys because it's technically not out for everyone yet, but it is one of the better games I've played this year, and there is just so much to do already. There is a ton of different animatronics, all with their own custom abilities. There's a ton of game passes and badges that are planned as well. Plus, there's a ton of maps as well, too. And each map has a bunch of stuff that is interactable, so you can go to the maps and you can interact and do stuff. There's a lot to do and see in this game, so I figured it was good to add to the list, even though it's not quite out yet. But I do have a feeling it'll be out very soon. I think it should be out now. I mean, it's, there's so much to do. Look at that. I grabbed the mask off the wall, put it on. If my head was a little smaller, I'll grab the flashlight. And this is only some of the things you could do. Every map is like this, super fun to play. There's a lot you could do, a lot of roleplay potential. And I think as soon as it comes out, you guys should check it out. So let's move on to the next one. Number 9 is Scrap Baby's Pizza World. This game has had a very good year. There's a ton of animatronics, a ton of custom unique designs as well. Shout out to Ghost Gallant, very nice. There's a pretty large map, a few maps I should say, and there are a ton of badges. And there's actually an event going on right now as well, which I haven't done yet, but someday. And also, a lot of the animatronics have their own custom designs as well that make them super unique, like these ones, for example. And one of my favorites, the Ennard, I don't even remember its name, but look at it. It's like Ennard has all the hand puppets. There's a ton of things to do in this game as well. There's some easy badges and there's some challenging ones as well. It has a very good mix, and I like the way they've added other fan games characters to this as well. Project Freak Show, Trickster DD, FNAF Verse, Frank's Takeover, of course, and the beginning of Fazbear Ends, Benny. So this game is a lot of fun as well, and this one's actually open, unlike FNAF Verse. So definitely give this one a go, get all the badges, take on the event, and check it out for yourself. This is number 9. Now, let's keep going. Number 8 on my list is Freddy and Fred's Pizzeria Roleplay. This game was just remade / revamped very recently. They have a ton of detailed characters with a bunch of animations and abilities, and they have a huge map. I was going to say a ton of maps, but it is one map if I'm not mistaken. It is just ginormous. There is so much to do and explore in the map, and that doesn't even include all the characters. There's a bunch of unlockable ones as well. There's a giant Fredbear head. And another really cool detail I liked in this game, there is, when you first join, there's an introduction, similar to Help Wanted, and it's completely custom. It is similar to Help Wanted, and you go on like the little ride, the track, but if you have the audio playing, it's 100% custom, and this game is a lot of fun as well. They did just revamp it, so there aren't as many characters as maybe some of the previous games, but I know and I am very excited to see what they add next. So let's move on to the next game on the list. The next game on my list did come out a little bit earlier this year. It is from the creator of Circus Baby's Pizza World. It is FNAF, the original trilogy roleplay. This game has a ton of characters, all very detailed, all very, very good animations. It does have a huge map as well, and they just added a huge FNAF 2 map as well. And I'm assuming they're going to be adding a giant FNAF 3 map soon too. They just added this FNAF 2 stuff, and there is a very good mix of secret characters that are not badges, and then they have been adding a lot of badges recently, so there is all kinds of stuff you could do. It's all wintered out for the holidays. The map is huge. There is so much roleplay potential here. You can find stuff to do all day long. And if you're not into roleplay, you can go hunt all the secret characters, which I have videos on. Go check out my channel. But there we go. That is this one. Very huge maps, a lot of characters, a lot of detail. Very cool. So let's keep on going through the list, and let's move on to the next game. Alright, the next game on my list might get a couple weird looks, but it is FNAF, the Security Breach roleplay. I added this game despite how new it is, because of all the updates and upgrades they've made since the game was launched. Everything that you see is pretty much brand new. Since it launched, they've had a ton of updates, they've had a ton of events, a bunch of badges, as you can already see, and a ton of game passes as well. And it even looks like some original characters, which is very, very cool. The map is giant, as you can already see. It's so big, you need to take the taxi all the way to the map. Also, speaking of the taxi, I really, really enjoy that feature. I think it is very unique and well done. And this is how big the map is. That doesn't even, you still have to go in the mall. The mall could use a few new stores, but again, the game is brand new pretty much, and there's still so much you can do. Also, add to the fact that this is the first Security Breach roleplay game in Roblox, I felt like I had to put it in the list, even though it was still new. So let's go on. That was number 6. So let's move on to number 5. Number 5 on my list of top 10 games is Fazbears Mega Roleplay FMR. This game has been completely remade from the previous one. There are so many secret character badges, event characters, and game passes as well, and they're all remade. The animations are amazing, of course. This is one of the first games to add the Stitch Wraith as well, which I think is very cool. The map isn't as huge as other games on the list, but it is still big enough to get whatever you need to get done. Also, speaking of the badges, I like how interesting they all are to find, with a lot of them randomly appearing through the map, and you gotta check a bunch of different areas in order to find the badge. So me finding the badge probably won't be the same as one of you finding it, for a lot of the badges in the game, which I think is very cool. Plus, the animatronics getting different animations after it turns to nighttime. That is just insane. They put so much work and love and effort in the game, and I really, you can tell. You can definitely tell. So there you go. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, but the music is fantastic. All custom-made songs and music. It fits very well with the theme, and they're just good songs to listen to outside the game. But anyway, that is number 5. Let's move on to the next one. Number 4 on my list is Fazbears Revamp 2. This game adds a very interesting twist on the characters from FNAF 2 that we've come to love. Here's all the Wizards, and, we got Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. Then we have Puppet right there with his third eye. then all the toys as well, and Mangle. I love the way they add their own twist. Even in the first Fazbears Revamp, all their animatronics look super unique. As soon as you see one, you know exactly where it's from. Also, there are a bunch of badges as well, and event badges too, and the game passes. I really like that they carry over from the first Revamp game. I think that is a very nice touch as well, so you don't have to buy the game passes twice if you want them. The map for this game is very, very big. There's not too much going on outside. It is just a large map, but inside it is very cool as well. And just like they did with the animatronics, they made sure they changed the FNAF 2 location up so that it's not the same thing we're used to seeing over and over again, which I really, really appreciate. Definitely makes exploring the map and checking it all out very unique and fun, and I'm excited to see what kind of event they have for the holidays. So now that we're done with number 4, we're moving into the top 3. Let's go. Alright, for number 3 on my list, we have Freddy's Ultimate Roleplay. Now this might come as a shock to you guys. I bet a lot of you thought this would be number 1 on my list this year. I honestly thought it would be too, but this isn't saying it's not number 1 worthy, but the other two I feel just have an edge over it that this one doesn't necessarily have, which doesn't mean this game is bad at all. It's one of the best games out there, period. There is just so much content that you can do. You can create all kinds of goofy characters, like you see here. I made Siren Head, I made myself and Darzeth and Freggy, also R.I.P. Freggy. But anyway, I made all kinds of goofy, weird animatronics, and there's a ton of badges you can get in the game. There is a ton of maps, and you can create your own private server for free in the game as well. We have all these maps, and every single map is giant. There's so much you can do with every single map. Completely custom music, a bunch of game passes as well, and that's not even saying anything about all the animatronics you automatically get access to for playing the game. There are so many animatronics, all with a ton of different abilities and sounds and just all kinds of animations. Look at all these. There's so many. Plus, you could do, with the OC creator, the custom characters, I forgot to mention this, you could give them their own animations, which is wild. It is absolutely insane. Which is why I feel like my top 3 games on this list can be interchangeable with each other. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but they might all just be the best 3 games. But I have to put a number next to them because it wouldn't be a list if they were all number 1, you know? So anyway, Freddy's Ultimate Roleplay is number 3. There's just so much to do in the game. You could sit here all day for a month straight and still not do everything you can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to number 2. Number 2 on my list is the Pizzeria Roleplay Remastered. This game has, without a doubt, the most content in any Roblox Fnaf game ever. There's a ton of different maps you can go to. You can unlock characters in Old Man Consequences using tickets. You can use the coins to unlock other animatronics in the game as well. And there's a huge OC creator option. You can make all kinds of different things, and you can even move the parts so they can fit on your character and add more customizable options to it. There are hundreds of achievements. There's 158 achievements, plus a bunch of daily tasks as well. So you have all kinds of stuff to do in the game every day, and it changes every day as well. You'll never run out of stuff to do. But there are a few badges as well, not a lot of them, but some of them are actually kind of hard to get. I also have a video on those too, check it out. But there are a ton of animatronics in the game, an infinite amount, kind of. And their events in this game are super detailed and just a lot of fun to play. I always look forward to when this game has an event out because the event is just a lot of fun. There's always lore and story that go behind it, like the campground or the Halloween event. or the new event that came out, the Junkyard one. That one was really good as well. Like I said, there is so much to do in this game. So much so that you might be saying, Gallant, if this is number 2, then what's number 1? And you know what? I think we're finally ready to go to number 1 on the list. But before we do, I did want to bring up some honorable mentions. These games were very good this year, but I felt didn't quite hit the top 10 mark. And they are the FNAF New Skin Roleplay, Eternity at Freddy's, FNAF RP New and Improved, and Fazbears Entertainment Revamped. These 4 games were amazing, a ton of content, a ton of updates and other cool things as well, but they just didn't quite fit my top list this year. And also, something I forgot to bring up about this game while I'm still here, you can change the map skin. There's map skins you can buy and use as well, which no other game has, and it's absolutely insane. But I've gushed on about this game for too long. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the top game of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow knights, number 1 of my top 10 Roblox FNAF games of 2020 is the beginning of Fazbear Ends. Yes, this game was off the charts this year, last year. It's been improving every single year substantially. This year they had a couple of very good events. The Halloween event and the Rift event, I think it was called. The events in this game are absolutely insane. If you haven't played an event in this game yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're missing out. The events are absolutely wild. There's boss fights. There's all kinds of crazy things. And also, there's all custom music as well made by the creator. So you can have the sounds on and jam out to some tunes while you play. And besides the events and besides the music, there is a ton of badges to get in the game. There's all kinds of different badges. You'll be here for a while trying to get all of these. They're all hidden through the map. Some require an obby to be done, some don't. Then here's all the event badges right here. This is a long hallway filled with events. You guys definitely gotta play this game's events, if nothing else. Oh, also the Easter event. There's just, and then I know I'm stumbling over myself here a little bit, but they do have their own custom characters as well. A lot of them were introduced at the most recent event, like the Reaper here and the Familiar Knight, shout out to him, and the Endo of Rock as well. And they have their own character, Benny, which is very cool as well. He has his own lore, his own story, and it's just really interesting. It's a lot of fun to play. They have a ton of game passes as well. The map is huge. Oh, and it's all covered in snow. I didn't even realize. But there is just so much to do in this game. It's definitely a game you got to pay attention to when updates come out, just so you don't miss any of the events. The most recent one I did a video on, the Halloween event, was probably the best event I've ever played. So if you haven't played that event, go check out my video and check that event out for yourself. So there you go. That is the end of my list. This is the best Roblox FNAF game of all time. Not just 2020, of all time. I gotta say. I'm gonna say it right now. Wait, hold on. I'm getting a call. Wait, there's one more game I forgot to mention? What? Oh, and number 0 on my list of top 11 games of 2020 is Fazbears Escape. Look at this. There's so much you can do, and unlike the other games on the list, this game isn't a role play, it's an actual game you can play when there's enough players. It's kind of like Flee the Facility, so if you haven't played this, I highly recommend you do so. Again, I didn't want to put this on the list itself because I'm obviously a little biased towards it, because I did help create it and make the concept for it. We got a little obby course, there's a bunch of badges, and a bunch of game passes as well that you can unlock. And if you're getting bored of playing the actual game, you could just go on over and play the roleplay. We do have a roleplay version as well, and we have a ton of custom animatronics and custom skins as well. Also, we have Freddy, RIP, and Showman in the game as well. We are working to add more fan game characters here too. Maybe one day we'll add Benny. That would be kind of cool, I think. But anyway, I did have to add this to the list somewhere because I think it's a super unique game and it doesn't get the love it deserves. Again, I might just be saying that because I'm one of the developers, I don't know. But this is for real the end of my top 10 list. If you guys made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my list, if you would change it a little bit. Let me know what your top 10 list would be in the comments below. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Use star code Gallant whenever you're buying Robux. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my daily Roblox Fnaf videos. And that's it. I will see you all in the next video tomorrow. Bye!